I think I've had a conversation before where there were some ideas being thrown around. And again, when we met, it was that kind of exciting time where it's a concept. And so
Yeah.
what can you now, use fully automated parking for, and what different type of use cases? So
Oh,
there was a big push, I think, when we met of let's get some of these like aging big parking lots that are city owned. What are we going to do, right? Because no one's building them up, but there's such a big footprint that it's a waste of that space, right? What's the highest and best use? And someone had come up with an automated parking tower for that, meaning they were thinking, look, why can't we just, since it's such a big envelope, right? Why don't we just create a fully automated parking tower? And they were talking about like, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 stories of just automated parking. So I think the concept there was just, look, there's a lot of people in downtown that rely on all these open parking lots, or if they're covered, but it's not an efficient use of space, right? So if you just create one that's a tower, then you could park maybe 300 cars, 500 cars. It would have 4 or 5 bays. It was a massive concept at the time. Obviously, it didn't go anywhere, but I was curious about that because there's a lot of things that was wrong with that. But then also, I've read that other countries actually have this, like Japan and Germany.
I've seen them.
You've seen them? Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
God.
I've seen them. Yeah, I traveled to China a couple of times, and you look at it and go, "Oh, that really does exist. It's not some animation or visual. Like this is actually really happening.
Yeah, and
or
so
it has happened for a long time."
yeah, and what they were saying was just like, look, we could get creative with this. We could have like a restaurant or a lounge or a meeting space on the roof deck.
Yeah.
Basically, attorneys, which comprise a lot of professionals and investment and banking, can go in there, meet, whatever they got to do, and then they get their car. And I was like, but their office is still like blocks away. Oh, we'll run a shuttle
Yeah.
bus that picks them up and takes them there. And I was like, okay, but
Yeah.
I don't know about that part of it, but you're right. So tell me, like, what do you think of those type? How does that even like pencil in China? I'm sure it's different there, obviously.
Yeah,
But, so
completely
what was the use
different.
case for that tower?
So
Like,
I would say for uses for automated parking, I would say in order, number one, it works the best, or we see it most, is definitely multifamily.
yeah.
Reason for being is these systems, no matter what the system,
Mm-hmm.
is really not meant for high peak arrival and departure times where everybody's coming at once and leaving.
Yes.
Like they're not going to put this at Dodger Stadium unless it's for the players, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's for players and the execs. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
But certainly not for the masses.
Right.
You're not going to do it at a concert venue, nothing like that.
Right.
So multifamily, because of the flow, people have different work schedules, works the best.
Right.
After that, the flow retail would work well. The problem that you have to balance with that is going, how intuitive can you make the user experience where someone's going to feel comfortable shopping here because this is how they're parking. So in situations like that, I'll tell a developer, you may not actually need an attendant, but you need an attendant.
Yeah.
Because I say, my mom pulling up to some retail center as a parking, she'd be like, oh, no, she wouldn't know what to do. She'd be scared and she'd go somewhere else or park somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hotel works well because it's anytime you have a valet, all the users experiencing is a drop off and a pickup of the vehicle, right? Like I don't even think I've seen a valet actual garage in Vegas. I don't know where they take my car, like I have no idea. I just know that when I want it, I want it. And then as far as towers, can those be done? Are those being done? Yes, they can be done in LA. There's going to be a big difference between a tower you see, let's say in China, or even in other jurisdictions that you see in the City Valley. Right. City Valley is very, very, trying to think of a nicer way to say it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I get it. They have a lot more regulations that you're going to see in other cities.
Yeah.
So you're going to see catwalks. You're going to see fire-rated stairs. You're going to see, high-density sprinkler systems. Right. Lots of sensors to make sure there's no one in this tower, nor can they possibly get in. So yeah, it's doable. Yeah. It's just going to be different where you see it there versus somewhere else.
Agreed.
Feasibility on a cost like that, I mean, I mean, then you go, if you're talking about, you know, execs having a cocktail or whatever it is, you know, like I tell people, we, you know, we'll include, let's say, the framing, the software, the mechanics of the system, but what your architect, what you want it to look like, you know, are you going to have it wrapped in glass? Is it going to be, you know,
skin,
neon
right?
lights, everything?
Yeah,
How are
right?
you going to skin it? So those are all the things. How much is that, you know, property worth, you know, when you say maybe it's not so feasible? I mean, does it make more sense that you build something else and you add that parking component to it? Right?
Yeah, not just that's a
Yeah.
standard.
Yeah, unless parking is a, you know, an absolute premium where they're going to recognize a return on such an investment.